Hello folks, and a very warm welcome to the Supplier Spotlight Podcast. My name is Liam Ball, your magical wedding host, also known as the Gentleman Magician. Now, I say it time and time again, and it's so true. This podcast exists to shine a light on the very best people in the wedding industry, the suppliers who combine expertise, care, and professionalism to create truly exceptional wedding experiences. Now, as always, if you're enjoying the podcast, do like, follow, and subscribe. And if you know somebody planning a wedding, please do forward this on to them. It's amazing how little bits of information that you might pick up in these podcasts will change the way that somebody approaches planning their wedding day. And it really does make a difference. Now, today's guest is a bridal and prom boutique owner, somebody who plays a pivotal role in one of the most memorable and emotional parts of a wedding planning journey. From the first appointments and nervous excitement to finally saying yes to the dress and building confidence, this is a role that blends style, empathy, and experience in almost equal measure. Now, she's known for a beautifully curated boutique and exceptional customer experience and a wonderful team who genuinely care about the brides they work with. So it is a huge pleasure to welcome Carla from Dress Code 9 to the podcast. Hey, Carla, how's it going?
Thanks very much, Liam. Yeah, very good, thank you.
Excellent stuff. How is life over there at Dress Code 9?
Really good, really busy, which is amazing. We really look forward to seeing all our brides come in and help them find their perfect dress.
Yeah, that's great. Do you know, I mean, it's funny because I know I've known you and seen you a few times now for probably 3 or 4 years and sort of hosted fashion shows for you and what have you. But of course, as you said, really busy. You've been moving around a lot in the last year or so, haven't you? And
We have.
you're in old, new premises, is that right?
In a way of speaking, yes. So we have moved back to where we originally started in 2017. In the countryside, there's parking right outside, so it's a lot easier for all of our customers. And we've got our bridal boutique room for all of our lovely brides and their parties, and then we have a prom room as well. So it's sort of separated. So yeah, it's lovely.
Outstanding. So I know you mentioned there that you actually started the business in 2017. So how did Dress Code 9 come about? How did it come to be?
I started on my own, sort of selling more evening wear, and then went into the bridal side of things. So we do bridal, bridesmaids, as well as the prom and evening wear. So yeah, it sort of gets bigger and bigger, and yeah.
So was it a natural progression going from like the prom into the bridal, or was there like a spark to moment where you thought, you know what, I've got to start doing this as well?
I think, yeah, a little bit of both, really, to be honest. It's like, yeah, I can't just do sort of prom and evening. I need to go into the bridal help. I remember getting my dress years ago. So, I wanted to give all different bridal parties out there as the experience, but with our sort of put our cup on it as well, sort of thing, to make them feel comfortable. You have brides that come in and they don't know at all what they're going to go for. And there's some that go, no, this is what I want. But if you go in anywhere and think, I'm going to go for this style dress and find something different, that is normal. So, because a lot of people go, oh, but that's not what I thought I was going for. But that is a normal feeling. You look at pictures, but then when you actually see them in person or you put them on, you think, no, that's not the style for me. So we're there to help find their perfect dress. So.
I mean, I think it's. I kind of sometimes get the impression as well that bridal dress shopping is a whole curated arm of the fashion industry all on its own, with probably as many differences and options and quirks and categories as almost the rest of the fashion industry. Is that accurate?
Yeah, no, but there's so many different styles out there. I tell you, it's sort of finding that right one. Again, it's sort of like when the brides come in and they see bits of a dress, of one dress and another dress, and they want to put their stamp on it as well. There is options to do that. So yeah, we guide them in that way. We work very closely with seamstresses, so we can help them and reassure them that we know things can be done without them sort of saying yes to the dress, with having that doubt in the back of their minds. So.
Yeah, because I mean, it's one of those things, isn't it, where I mean, I guess like many things in the wedding industry and many choices that couples will make in the planning journey, you want it to be the right one. But in this instance, it's crucially important for them as well, isn't it?
It is, yeah. And when you've got a dress on, you've got to think. I always say to my brides that can you see yourself at the venue? Can you see yourself walking down the aisle? In the pictures, like, can you see yourself in this dress in a picture that you're going to have on your wall or on your side unit sort of thing, and think, I look stunning on that day sort of thing, and things like that. There's different things, lots of different things that you have to sort of consider. And sometimes a dress gets chosen on the venue they get married at as well, believe it or not. So yeah.
So I mean, I obviously haven't done quite a lot of weddings. I always think that brides, when they kind of step into that aisle and they start walking down, they always look stunning. And of course, there's a lot that goes into that final look on the day, but a big part of it is the dress. And that doesn't happen by accident, by any stretch of the imagination. So for brides who are out there, who are brides to be, and they haven't yet started that journey of wedding dress shopping, and they haven't even stepped into a boutique, what should they be expecting from their first appointments, and the journey that they'll go through from finding a dress that looks like it might be the one to getting there on the day?
Yeah, I mean, with that, we would advise to start looking at least 12 months ahead, because sometimes you can find your dress straight away, or sometimes it does take that bit longer. Again, you've got to be 100% certain that this dress is your dress. If you've got any doubts, if you're trying to change a dress lots, that's obviously not your dress. It has to be ticking all the boxes. And also, when we first speak to the customer on the phone, we do ask them, have you seen pictures you like? And if they say yes, we do ask them to bring them with them, or they can send them to us so we can sort of have a look at what they sort of have in mind. We'll ask them whereabouts they're getting married. Have they tried any dresses on before? Because sometimes it gets very overwhelming for the bride, and especially if you bring a big entourage of people with you. Obviously, it's great to bring people with you, but sometimes that can make a decision harder, because you might have popped this dress on in the fitting room, you absolutely love it, you're nearly crying, or you are crying because you found your dress, but then when you show others, if they make a comment about something, it can really kick you off. So it is making sure you bring the right people with you that know you to that appointment. So there's lots of little things to sort of think of. But the main thing is the dress. You need to wear the dress. The dress doesn't wear you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So for anybody who walks into dress code 9 on day one, they've never been in there before, what kind of welcome are they going to receive?
Normally always a smiley face. We always sort of like welcome, a nice warm welcome. We ask them who they've brought with them. We'll say who we are as well. And we'll go through to the bridal suite, let them relax, sort of sit down. Like I said before, we'd ask them whereabouts they're getting married, have they got any dressed done before? And then, depending on their answers, we can sort of suggest dresses straight away for them. But we actually let them look through all of our dresses. We've got over 200 dresses to look through.
Wow.
So we actually let them and their bridal party they've brought with them have a little look through the dress themselves. If they see a dress they like, we move it to another part of the boutique room and have that dress ready for them to try on. It's also includes about 6 to 8 dresses. And then we'll try them first. And then that's when we also then find out if they do like that style or if they don't like that style. So it could be they'll try a dress on, they like a bit of this, bit of that. Because we know our dresses, we will then go and choose another dress for them that has that in that dress. So we listen to our brides. We listen to what they want, what they don't want. Sometimes, obviously, again, have a wild card. Go for something you really didn't think you're going to like. But it's all good. But sometimes if you try, like we say 6 to 8 dresses, if you try more than that, it can get very overwhelming, especially on your first visit. So that's why we sort of, we don't mind people like trying as many dresses they want to, but it's when we can see that it's getting too much, we say, right, okay, we've got a couple of favourites here, take a little breather, how are you feeling? We ask them how they're feeling sort of all the time. And then if they want to come back another time, we do offer that as well. Because we want them to be 100% with that dress that they're choosing, because we know it's an important day for them, and it's something they always look back on. So yeah.
I mean, I guess that's really where the expertise comes in, isn't it? Because the opportunity to be overwhelmed in the face of 200 options and the choice paralysis that might come with that when you've got 200 dresses, but might be able to make each one look 2 or 3 different ways depending on the adjustments that you can make to it. Suddenly you've got thousands and thousands of options, right?
Yeah, that's it. I mean, like a lot of people say, I don't want strapless. It's like, well, don't discount that dress straight away because straps can be added.
Yeah.
We can do this, we can do that. If it's very plain, we can add like a sparkly belt to it. Things like there's little extras you can do. And because we have a good relationship with different seamstresses, we can speak to them and they can meet them as well, just to sort of make sure they're 100% that is what they want and everything.
That's amazing. So how many of the dresses that you sell would you say go from when they've been bought being in their off the peg state to something which has been modified and adapted and changed to something unique that never existed before?
Um, I mean, to be honest, the dresses tend to still, you can still tell it's that dress. Just
Yeah.
little tiny little tweaks that have.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, with dresses as well, like if it's got a big train in the evening, it can be what they call bustled up in the evening. So you not have that big train, which you obviously have seen that a lot at the weddings that you've been to. Yeah, and it's different looks as well. So it could be they have detachable sleeves on the dress, and then you can take them off in the evening, or you can put them on in the evening, sort of thing. So if you're on that dance floor and you want to really dance, but you're a bit worried about your dress, you've got your straps there to sort of make sure that your dress isn't going to go anywhere, sort of thing as well. But
Yeah.
when the dress is fitted properly, you shouldn't feel that it's going to do that. So
I remember one of the fashion shows that I had for you, and I'm probably remembering this wrong because that's something I know that people do when they see something that's spectacular, and afterwards they go, "Well, it happened like this, and it didn't, so it probably didn't." But this is the image in my head, right? Is that it was I think it was one of the centerpiece dresses, so that she walked down the aisle and she did a little turn, and it was brilliant, and then all of a sudden she kind of rolled her shoulders, and the dress fell off, and underneath there was like another dress,
yes,
but it was all the same dress, right? And I was like, whoa, how did that happen?
yeah, so we do have a lot of dresses which have an overskirt as well. So it can be that again, you've got those 2 looks. Some
Yeah.
have it, so you've got 3 looks. So yeah, that is something that we do. Obviously from doing those fashion shows with us, you know that our dresses are a little bit different. They're not all the same. Some have been really out there. So yeah, we do tend to have dresses that are different. We try to cater for everyone as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, and if we can't help them on that day, at least hopefully we've started them off on their journey to find the dress and the style that they're looking for.
Yeah.
Because yeah, even though we've got lots of dresses, if it's the same for everyone, we may not have that particular dress that they really want, but at least they know now what they're looking for. And that's the main thing. That's part of the service is if we can help you find a dress, fantastic. We'd love to help and be on that journey with you. Because even when they say yes to the dress, we are always on that journey still with them throughout the whole time. From when they've said yes to actually collecting their dress and even up to the day they get married. So we're always there to help them. So
That is amazing. I mean, I think again, it's probably another misconception, isn't it? Certainly from this side of the fence, I'd say that when you go wedding dress shopping, it's either white or maybe off-white or ivory or cream. But of course, that's also not the case. I mean,
Yeah.
I've been to a wedding where the bride came in a black dress, and it just looked absolutely outstanding. But then on the flip side, I saw a same-sex wedding with 2 brides where they were both wearing the same dress, but one was white and one was red.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah, it was like I was like, "What? Are they the same dress?" They were like, "Yeah, it's the exact same dress, but two."
Right.
It's like, wow, that's amazing. So so just there were just so many options. Now, of course, and you've mentioned it several times, is that you started out on your own, but now you've got a whole team around you. How important is it, and also how difficult is it to find the right people to get into a bridal boutique to make sure that that curated experience that you've worked hard to create is still the same, even when it's not you that's doing it?
It can be hard. Yeah, I've got an amazing team. And yeah, they're fantastic. They're caring as well. They want to make sure that the service that they give is the same as what I would give myself personally as well. which is great. And that's why the people that you have work for you have to be the right people. Some people, I've got one young lady, obviously she's not got married yet, but she had her prom dress from me and she wanted to be able to give the same experience that she received. And so she now works from sort of thing like that. You got your interview process. So, and the same with my brides. Again, I have actually previously had a bride who then loved the experience she had with us and did come and work for us for a little bit as well. So it's just building. We've got an amazing team. We work closely together. We do have a laugh as well, and I think that also comes across to our bride as well. That they feel comfortable. They don't feel like the expectation. You know, there's sometimes that you sort of go somewhere and it's like, oh, you have to be sort of this type of wiring. It's nothing like that here. We just like to welcome everyone come in. Make them feel at home. It's quite cozy here. So yeah.
So I mean that must also be quite a lovely thing to have somebody come in for a dress and for them to go through the process, to buy the dress, to walk away and then think to themselves, do you know what? That was such a wonderful experience. Not only do I want to be able to do that for somebody else, because that's lovely, I want to go and do it there. I want to work with those people. And then, of course, they come to you and approach you and you find out they're the right person. That must also be like a self-fulfilling prophecy, like a really beautiful repeating circle.
Yeah, no, it is. Yeah. It's nice to feel that what you've sort of given and they love that and they want to do that as well, because it's nice to have a job that you love and you enjoy. But yeah.
Cool. So looking back on your sort of years there in Dress Code 9, for all the dresses that you've helped people to find and sort of coming from their first consultation to saying yes and picking it up and walking out with it and sort of doing the prom or the wedding and what have you, what have been some of the most memorable experiences that you've had?
Oh dear, right. I mean, some is that they really didn't think they'd ever find a dress, and we've helped them find that dress. Probably it's going to be. Yeah, we've had some lovely moments with our brides and our prom deal sort of thing, and it's also experiences that brides have had with their family as well. Because sometimes, unfortunately, with life, you don't know if that person's going to be with you on your day. So we make sure that the experience they have, and we involve the members of family. We always do, but sort of like everyone we see, we treat the same. Get the right words here, but we just love our customers and their families. So we just want it to be a nice, memorable appointment for all of them, so they can all think back on it, sort of thing.
Yeah. Because it's a really emotional and important experience, isn't it?
It is, yeah, it is. So, but no, it's making sure that the memory they have their appointment is a really good feeling and important for us.
What would you say are some of the biggest misconceptions that people have maybe when they walk into the boutique from what they think is going to happen to the way that it would actually be for them?
I mean, it can be like if they have been somewhere else, they think everyone's going to work the same.
Yeah.
And a lot of people say, "Oh, it's so nice here," sort of thing. That I feel really relaxed. So I like they can relax, that they're not on edge, sort of thing. They can look through the dress themselves. A lot of people have said that they don't always get a chance to look through the dresses and choose their own dress. Well, that's something that we do, and because we feel it's part of something they should do.
Hang on. So there are boutiques out there that people go to, and they're only allowed to choose from a curated selection of dresses that they think they would like.
Yes. That's the feedback we've had. Yeah. So with us, we let our brides and their parties look through dresses, and we also explain that a dress looks completely different on a hanger compared to actually being on. And that sometimes is what happens. Like, it's like, oh no, I don't like that. And it's like, well, it looks amazing on, try it. And then that can be the dress. So yeah.
Is it now? So I have a very limited experience of bridal dress shopping that comes from, so 20-ish years ago, my best friend got married, and his now lovely wife, we were all very close at the time, said to me, "Oh, I've got to go out dress shopping, and I don't want to take this person or that person, because I need somebody who's just going to be so direct, and will you come with me?" And I was like,
Yeah.
I mean, sure, okay. The weirdest experience for me. I mean, I got a free breakfast out of it, so it was great. But I suddenly found myself in this thing where I'm sat in this bridal boutique, and I've kind of sat there with tea and biscuits, something very much, and cake, and everybody's fussing around me. And of course, she kind of walks out, and she's like, "How's this?" And I'm like, "No, not okay." And off she goes. Go back. No. Oh, that's nice, but no. And I mean, that wasn't her first experience. It was a first experience, but not her only experience. After that, she kind of walked away with an idea of, "Oh, I think I want something like this and like that."
Yeah.
But I think one of the things that I remember that stood out for me in that moment was the first dress she put on. She came out and she said, "Oh, this is enormous. This isn't my size." And they said, "No. All of the dresses that you'll get here are going to be big so that anybody can wear them. But when you get the dress, it'll be in your size." Is that still the case?
To be honest, we have a mixture of sizes. Because if a dress is really, really too big, they can't see it how it would be on them. So this is where throughout the whole boutique we have a mixture of different sizes.
Okay.
And we work that out through sort of feedback from our brides, the styles of dresses, and what we think will work for the brides that come in as well.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So essentially, it means that somebody's always going to get something that looks and feels almost right, but of course, the finished product is going to be bespokely, uniquely there.
Yeah. I mean, if it's that there's a dress, they love it and it's too big for them, they're going to be amazing in it when it's the right size sort of thing. But again, you can't have someone that is in a dress that's 3-4 times bigger, because it will change the shape of how it actually sits on.
Of course,
So,
yeah.
but this is the thing, you have to, I'd love to have every dress in every size and everything here, but I wouldn't be able to hold all the stock. So
yeah, you'd need a huge warehouse, wouldn't you?
Yes.
Fantastic.
I don't think I'll be able to do that.
Yeah. So, I mean, earlier on you mentioned that a great time to start shopping for a dress is 12 months or more in advance, because then it gives you opportunities to look around, to shop around, and of course to find the dress, have changes made and what have you. What would you say is the point in time when you're really cutting it close? I mean, what's the cutoff point for finding the right dress, would you say?
Well, to be honest, we have a lot of brides that are really relaxed, and they could be getting married in 4 weeks.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. So with that, they then understand it would be a dress off the shop floor, so we wouldn't be able to order it in. So when we sort of say about a year, a dress can take a good 6 months to come in. Then you have your seamstress alterations, which can then be another 6 to 8 weeks sort of thing. This is why we sort of suggest a long amount of time to look, but there's never really a cut-off.
Yeah.
It's more of what the bride wants, if that makes sense. So if there's a bride that just wants to find a dress, as long as it's the right dress, they don't mind taking a top floor piece, but they wanted like a brand new piece, not a sample piece, then that's when you definitely need to do that a year ahead, because then we can complete that no matter which designer they choose from. We've got a number of different designers. But yeah, so we try and help everyone. But again, if it's a dress that they really love, but we can't get in time, then we would explain that sort of straight away. So we're not going to commit to something that we know we can't do. So
yeah, that makes perfect sense. I mean, I imagine as well that there must be, and well, in fact, I know that there are so many people out there who are planning a wedding, but they are, because and it's that right, wedding day is here, and by then I want to have lost this weight, built this muscle, I want to look like this, I want to change my body shape, which of course all is all brilliant, because the more fitter, healthier people out there are. I mean, how much does that affect the process of getting the dress and then getting it fitted and making sure that on the day it's still going to look exactly the way you want it to?
So with this, when we have brides come in, we do ask, are you considering a weight loss journey? Because if they are, and it's a real major change that could happen, then sometimes they might go for a completely different style dress.
Yeah.
So we have to take that into consideration. Also, if they love the dress that is their dress, we will look at the latest time that we can order that dress to make sure it comes in still with plenty of time for the wedding. Because our designers do have different lead times, so we know what we can work with. Because sometimes there's no point taking measurements today, for example, and then the wedding is in 18 months' time.
Yeah.
Or sometimes we're going to do a year weight loss, and then when it comes to it, the dress that we've ordered in now is just going to be too big. It costs them like the dress again to get it altered down.
Oh gosh, right, okay.
So this is where we consider everything, and that's why brides just need to be completely honest when they come in if you are thinking of a weight loss journey or not. And also some brides, like, they're happy with the dress for they are. They say they might go on a weight loss journey. You probably hear about it a lot. Yes, we do. But if you love that dress as you are, if you lose a bit of weight, fantastic. If you don't,
Yep.
you look stunning in the dress, and it shows what it should show, like the right sort of pinpoint your waist coming in, anything sort of thing. It's like, that's the thing. So, but yeah, I would sort of say, right, if you are thinking of a weight loss journey, please tell the bride consultant that you see, because that will also help with choosing the right dress. So.
That's it. And I mean, and nobody's going to criticize you for that, right? Because at
No.
the end of the day, we all want everybody to be their happiest, fittest, best self, especially on a wedding day.
That's it.
And I mean, I certainly have heard, the occasional stories of people saying, oh, I went out, I bought a dress, it was great. And then I hit the gym, I lost like 2 stone in weight and I built all this muscle. And I'm like, they look amazing. And they're like, but then I have to go and buy another dress because the one I had
That's
just...
it. Yeah, because you have to weigh up actually getting that dress altered. A seamstress would have to literally take it apart, remake the dress again. And seamstresses are very talented, and they have a skill, and that skill does cost money because not everyone has that skill. So yeah, and you have to have trust in that person that does that as well. So it's
I guess so. Now, I mean, I think in all industries there are myths about how things work or how things happen that sometimes kind of cloud people's view or judgment in terms of what it might be, or even make them think that they're going to get something that simply doesn't exist. Are there any wedding dress myths out there that are prevalent that you think need to be dispelled?
I mean, in some ways, I think if a bride's come in and they say they've cried over about 100 odd dresses, then it's sort of like, is this dress need to be bespoke made? Because that dress, obviously, if you've tried that many dresses, gone to lots of different places, the dress you are wanting is probably not there. So that's where you do need to speak to a seamstress to design it and make it for you. I mean, there is a dress out there for everyone. Just whether it's the right one. And until they start lifting, they're not necessarily going to know.
Yeah, I get you. No, that makes sense.
Makes
sense.
But
So,
yeah,
I mean, yes. So I was going to say, so looking to the future then for dress code 9. Obviously, you've had a really busy couple of years. As you say, you started actually thinking about it now, not far before COVID happened. So you started a business which was reasonably new. You've survived COVID. You've gone from strength to strength. A couple of moves. You're back in your premises. You got all the dresses that now that you've got there. What's next for dress code 9?
making us stronger. I mean, to be honest, we have a lot of returning customers. Our customers are so lovely, and they've loved the experience that we've given them, and a lot of it is recommended, and coming back to us, and that's throughout from and bridal. It's like, oh yeah, my sister got her dress from here. Oh, we came last year, and like wedding again, so we come back to you, sort of thing. So yeah, it's building. Obviously, we're trying, because we're not in our high street anymore. We are trying to build our presence on Instagram more and jobs like that. There's always improvements to be made. This year, I mean, obviously, which was really good for us. We're highly recommended for the bridal retailer. That was lovely to win that award. And yeah, it's our team. I don't know, just making it more, if that makes sense.
Get you.
And we've like, so yeah, 8 years. And yeah, keep going strong and even stronger than we have been. So it has been tough through COVID. I think it has for everyone. And how everything changes in the world and how everything prices are rising for everyone's home life. It has a knock-on effect for everything. And that's where we're with our prices for our dresses. We're trying to keep them as reasonable as possible as we can to help each bride that comes in prom. So yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's testament really, Carla, that you have to realise that you're doing something right when you've got people coming in and buying a dress, and then next year they're bringing in their sister, and then the next year they're bringing in their best mate, and then they think, oh gosh, I'm also going to this event. I need a oh, I know where I'm going to go. I'm going to go back to dress code 9. I mean,
That's it.
You've got to be doing something right, which is absolutely fantastic. So, I mean, yeah, it's great, absolutely fabulous.
Thank you. Yes.
Wonderful. Carla, it's been a real joy speaking to you. Thank you so much. It's been a genuinely lovely conversation, and there's so much insight here that I think people will get. So thanks so much for being part of the podcast.
No, thank you for having me. Thank you.
Take care. Bye.
Bye.
And there you go, folks, dress code 9. Now, if you are planning a wedding and you want a bridal boutique experience that feels supportive, considered, and genuinely special, I can wholeheartedly recommend that you get in touch with Carla at Dress Code 9. Now, you can find them online at dresscode9.co.uk, and it's 9, N-I-N-E, or on Instagram, dresscode9, all words, no numbers. Well worth a look if you're beginning your journey, and also check out their first pinned post that gives you a bit more information about their boutique and the kind of experience that you're likely to have. Remember, anybody who's listening or watching, thank you so much for being here. And if you've enjoyed this episode, please follow, subscribe, like, and share, especially with anybody who is planning their own wedding. It really does help people to make the best possible choices they can. Until next time, folks, choose your suppliers wisely, and I will see you soon on another episode of the Supplier Spotlight Podcast. Take care.